Good afternoon, everybody. Good Thursday. Meteorologist Alex Carter with you here in the Fox 54 Digital Weather Center. Another edition of Weather Aware Live is underway. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. The pattern already has been cloudy, and it's already been cold, and it's already been wet. We're getting a lot more of it, though, over the next few days. You know, we go from breaking record highs in a few places back in late November, and then we just turn the corner with the snap of a finger. As promised, December is starting out on the cold and the wet side. So I hope you are enjoying this pattern, at least what little bit of it that we've dealt with already. More of it is on the way, starting overnight tonight and through tomorrow and Saturday as well. So going to let y'all filter in for just a second. Again, thanks for joining us. We're talking about a wet weather pattern, and the wet weather pattern will be with us through Saturday night, early Sunday morning. I do think we are expecting anywhere from a half an inch to 2 inches of rain, so pretty good solid totals. And again, we are expecting big changes on the way as we head into next week when it comes to at least more sunshine. But let's go ahead and show you what's happening right now over Evans Town Center. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. And again, we're getting ready for Christmas in Columbia County. That just started about 15 minutes ago. And now temperatures still right in those upper 40s, low 50s. We're going to be in the 40s for much of this evening, so you'll want to dress warm. There is going to be some spotty drizzle, light rain in the area, but it's not going to be too awful much. Again, this is not going to heavily impact your plans as much tonight as it is early tomorrow morning. The heavier batches of rain, they're going to arrive closer to about 11 o'clock to midnight tonight, and then we start to get into a soggy weather pattern. But overall right now, just the light drizzle, the cold, cloudy weather. And if you're headed out to Christmas in Columbia County, it does look good to go this evening. As for other events across the CSRA, we do have some of those going on as well. Of course, the Christmas tree lighting, 37th annual in downtown Aiken tonight. We're going to be in the 40s. It's going to be cold, very similar to what we see in Evans. In Aiken, we'll also have some areas of spotty drizzle, but it's not going to be a lot, and we are expecting mostly dry conditions from 6 to 7:30 if you are in Aiken County. But that rain is moving in, and there's plenty more of it where it came from. So right now, again, other than the drizzle, for most of us, we are on the dry side. And temperatures, again, still pretty cold today. We didn't get a lot of sunshine. Upper 40s on the Georgia side, along the Savannah River and South Carolina side, some low 50s at the moment. Here's that system that we're looking at, and it's going to be with us for the next few days. Again, the Gulf Coast getting the heaviest rains where there's the highest moisture. Where there's not as much moisture in the air, which is here, that's where we're just getting some drizzle, few sprinkles. That's really about it. And the snow changeover, look at this, Memphis. You want to talk about a tricky forecast. That's where some of that changeover is happening, anywhere along the Mississippi River. On the Arkansas side, there's snow and there's freezing rain, and then it's just a cold rain in Memphis right now, but the metro getting a mixed bag of those conditions. And look at this. You want to talk about an interesting forecast. Some of that is changing over to some snow and some light rain right over Nashville. That is not a good situation because that is going to lead to some slick spots on the roads if that front continues to move any further south tonight over East Central Tennessee and Northwest Tennessee tonight. But that system, again, this is what we look at when it comes to those weather patterns. It's a Gulf low, a weak Gulf low, might I add. You know, in the tropics, we typically keep eyes on those for tropical activity anywhere from June through November. Now you look at these setups and you think, oh, this could be a cold rain. If the air is a lot colder, this would be great potential for a big snow. That is not happening tonight, but we are expecting the warm front to stay to our south. And you look at some of the warm temperatures with this. Look at that. 78 in Tampa, 77 in Titusville, Florida, and all the rest of us are bone-chilling cold. Pensacola feeling a lot different right now from their neighbors just about 5-6 hours to the south and east. But for us, again, here's what to look at tonight. For the most part, this evening, other than the areas of drizzle, there's not much going on. Again, expecting mostly dry conditions through the evening. Once we hit 11 o'clock, all that rain pushes in. It's going to be a wet night, good sleeping weather, no thunder. This is just that cold, gloomy rain, and it's going to be with us through the morning tomorrow. So tomorrow morning is going to start out wet. I give myself some extra time on the roads because they are going to be slick, and on top of that, we are expecting some pretty heavier pockets of rain once we get to the afternoon or to the late morning hours, and that's going to keep going through much of Friday, especially once we get towards the lunch hour. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here's that 3-day outlook. So into the weekend. Expecting widespread showers Friday, especially in the morning. It's going to let up a little bit tomorrow afternoon. We get to Saturday, it's going to be some off and on periods of light rain, a few moderate pockets mixed in. And then the rain's going to be moving towards the coast gradually through the weekend. That's what finally gets it out of the way by Sunday morning. Sunday is going to mostly be on the dry side. Areas south of I-20, the showers could linger a little bit later in the day, but most of us will be drying out on Sunday morning. You look at the latest drought monitor. Now, this was just updated today. Still in a severe drought. That severe drought has expanded, so it didn't matter that we saw a decent amount Monday night to Tuesday. In fact, we still need a lot more. This is going to be helpful, but we still need a lot more than that. And, you look at the totals piling up, and look at some of these. This is going all the way through Sunday afternoon. And latest run, which came out just about 15, 20 minutes ago, it did just back off a little bit on the rainfall. So expecting anywhere from maybe a half an inch of rain to an inch and a half instead of up to 2 inches. It's going to be back and forth, and the axis of heaviest rain in the model guidance has been wobbling a little bit, but the trends are you're going to see less rain north of I-20, and you're going to see a little bit more rain closer to areas along and south of Interstate 20. So let's go ahead and run through this. This is tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., and already we are getting in on some of the heavier pockets of rain. Now let's fast forward it, going into about, say, 9 o'clock. Some of that letting up in our northern counties, still pretty heavy in our southern counties. Watch what happens in the afternoon, though. We're going to get a break tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, we get a breather. And then we pick it up again at times, Friday evening and overnight. Now, going into Saturday, there it comes back. It's going to retreat a little bit further north. It's going to be kind of wobbling back and forth a little bit. And the rain on Saturday is going to be lighter, and I think it favors areas south of I-20. So Swainsboro, Millen, Sylvania, Allendale. You're going to get a good soaking rain from this event. And then watch what happens. We get into Sunday, and we're starting to see widespread dense fog potential. So Sunday, the fog really starts to envelop us, and that's another big concern that we're talking about because Sunday morning, if you're headed out to church, you're headed out to brunch, you're doing any family plans, look at this. The visibilities are going to get very low. We're talking way down to road level. It'll be a foggy start to Sunday morning, so you're going to want to make sure to drive carefully, put the low beams on the headlights, and you're going to be fine, but Sunday morning will be foggy as well. So we got a lot going on across our area. And the next 7 days prove that it's going to be rainy, wet, and cold. And then finally, by next week, we get peaks of sunshine coming in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think the pattern becomes more sunny. I'm not expecting rain Monday. I'm not expecting rain Tuesday or Wednesday. By next Thursday, we might get to see a few showers. It's far from a given, and there's not going to be a lot of clouds with that incoming system. So the cold front that tries to push in late next week, nothing like what we get this weekend. Friday, Saturday, and early Sunday morning. That's going to be the impactful times of weather. That's the big story. That's what you need to know as we go into the weekend. So just a heads up there, expecting a pretty good chunk of rain to move through, and anywhere from a half an inch to 2 inches is going to be possible. Highest total south of I-20 going through the weekend. So that's the latest forecast on Weather Aware Live. Again, we're going to be talking a lot more about this coming up on Fox 54 News at 5, 6:30, 10, and 11. Make sure to join us there. Make sure to download the Fox 54 Weather app. That's the best way to stay informed, as we can you can track Doppler radar. You can get the future track of what's going to happen with the rain. And, of course, you get updates from Jay, Tori, Melinda, and I, of course, on the weather app as well. So So hope you enjoy. Hope you guys find a way to enjoy some of this gloomy, cold, cloudy weather. Hopefully you can get all the Christmas shopping and decorating done while we're in this pattern. And then we should start to warm up closer to 60 by next Wednesday and Thursday. Again, more news tonight. Make sure to join us there. We'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday night and join us on Fox 54.